This is it. My last life. It's quite strange knowing this is the last body I'll ever have. I can't regenerate anymore. I'm sure of that now. It's a little bit strange. So many times I've been on my last face, but somehow I always end up with a whole new cycle. That won't be happening anymore. One Timelord was never supposed to have as many lives as I have. But at least there's plenty of people out there now continuing to fight in my name. I guess I can rest assured that one day, when I'm finally gone, the universe will be fine without me. But before I go, there's a few things I need to set right. I need to clean up my mess. I didn't do much in my last body. I was too traumatized after what I did. What the Valiard did. He took over my mind and body and made me do unspeakable things. But that doctor gave up and hid, letting the universe burn quietly while he mourned his own failures. He was weak. No, he wasn't weak. He was just tired. My last body was a bit out of practice anyway. I mean, I died due to something as simple as being shot by a Dalek. A Dalek! I can't even believe myself. I usually eat those sorts of encounters for breakfast. But it was probably all the moping around that did me in. I think I need to ease back into saving the universe a bit more. Just till I get my footing. During my regeneration, I decided to spend my last moments talking to the TARDIS. After everything that happened, I just needed someone to talk to. And by then, she was really the only thing I could talk to. The only one there for me. I hadn't been talking much at all before then. Escaping into my books, listening to music, or just staring into nothing. Most of the time I was just stewing in my own emotions, like a snake eating its own tail. Not a great habit to be in, I know, but I guess I was just using this moment as a way to make up for lost time, or just as a way to say goodbye. She'd make that little whir sound every once in a while, and I'd take that as a reply. In hindsight, I think it was good practice. Makes it easy to conversate with companions. Anywho, enough of my past. Time to talk about the present. Since my regeneration, I've tried to get back out there. I even started wearing a hat again. It makes me feel like myself. And very fancy too, if I say so myself. I finally started to land places, beautiful places, and I tell myself I wasn't lonely. Just focused. Purposeful. Always with a goal to bring help to those in need. But the truth is, the silence had started to sound comfortable. Like an old colt you don't love anymore, but can't quite take it off. I needed a change of pace, some fresh air. And as much as we'd just gotten reacquainted, I needed to get out of the TARDIS. Then one day, I found myself wandering through the Celestial Market on Varnix Prime. They have some great deals, but the food is pretty terrible. 10,000 species, 10,000 scents, and sounds, chaos wrapped in a million colors. And that's when I heard her. It was Laura. She was human, no doubt. She had a human voice, an Earth accent, and arguing with the Sarnax trader over a piece of fruit that technically both does and doesn't exist yet. From what I could gather, the trader had been overpricing his wares for a while now. How you managed to overprice something that rare, I really have no idea. And she was trying to haggle his prices down to nothing. And by then, I thought it was about time that I stepped in, and that's when the guy pulled out a Zorzaean taser. It's a pretty standard taser for any alien, but can prove to be quite fatal for humans. But before I could even open my mouth, she turned to me and said, "You're not nearly as mysterious as I think you are." And it was weird. No one's ever said that to me before. Not like that, at least. Not like Laura did. Later, we talked to each other over a drink about what we did in our lives to get here. I told her how I wandered the stars, living thousands of lives in 1,000 different times. She told me how she tended to live similarly, saying she keeps moving around because standing still feels like dying. I chuckled a bit, and I told her that I understood. I think she already knew. When I left and entered the TARDIS once again, she followed. No fanfare, no invitation. It was just a nod and a quiet certainty that we were both tired of talking to no one but ourselves. And now, for the first time in, I don't even know how long, there's laughter in the TARDIS again. Someone to share the silence with. To fill that silence with something better. I used to think that the universe had gone quiet because it had nothing left to say, but maybe I was just waiting for her.